Is it
Hello,
too
fellow
early?
comic bookworms. Yes, we're live. We're live.
So
We're doing 5 minutes early, 4 minutes early, whatever.
yeah,
What's happening?
so
Go ahead.
yeah, Stephanie and I have gotten the party started. We're both drinking sake,
Okay.
rice wine,
Sorry,
and
I didn't know they talk among themselves and they got sake and I'm left with just beer. Cheers.
Cheers.
cheers,
Matt Woods, everybody.
kanpai. Um,
Someday.
so what we're gonna get into today is gonna be such an amazing journey, and we're talking about our featured artist today. So I'm gonna let Stephanie, aka Madam Blaster, introduce herself and kind of what she does as an artist. So go ahead, Stephanie.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm really humbled and honored to be on here with you guys. So thank you. And it's nice to know that you now are two separate people. Okay.
I don't know if I want to offend Otaku that much.
Sorry.
He's got glasses, and I've got headphones.
I could have worn hat. I guess I could have worn hat and hidden all that white hair.
Yeah, put your glasses back on. Put your glasses back on. You're confusing everybody.
I'm sorry.
Let me say hi to the people here. Hello, Lacrissus. How are you? Hey,
Oh, we got all the homies. We got all the homies in the house.
Hey, Matt. Hello, Joe. Doug, is that first time I met Doug?
Doug Bratton, yeah, he's big. He's a really good cartoonist and artist.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay.
Like The Far Side. Do you remember The Far Side? He's kind of like The Far Side, like
really?
Wow.
like like very similar.
Oh, okay. Hey, Gary.
But better.
Hello, Jerry.
What's up, Gary?
Hey,
Jerry.
Vic. What's up?
We're gonna try to live up to Gary B's interview of you.
Oh, don't even try. Don't even try. Don't
We
even
will fail miserably, but we're trying.
Sorry.
All right. So continue.
What would you ask me a question? I'm
Okay.
really I'm at the
Yeah. So we're going to talk about your most recent project. Can you kind of set it up, and then Hyung's going to get the pictures up, but kind of set up, how you were commissioned, and what they commissioned the work for.
Sure. The Suffragette Project.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That there was a call for artists on that from the National Sculpture Society, which I'm a member of. And it was just a blank call for artists, and I submitted. And out of I don't know how many submitted, but 9 people got the call back to do to come and interview, and then we had 2 that came back to do maquettes, which are small size sculptures of like what would be life size. And that's the maquette right there that you're showing. And then I procured some historical clothes. There you go, from eBay. And that's what I used to model everything off of.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up getting the project. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was for Arizona Women's History Alliance.
So you made
So
a sketch first?
in terms of that application process, so you submitted, I guess, a concept first to them.
Yes, like this drawing. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then they had you come in, and then they had you build something for them.
Yes, they had me come in. They wanted a scope of my last artworks and my last sculptures, what they look like, of course. And then basically it was an interview. How can I complete this? Have I done a life-size sculpture before? Have I completed public work before? Which I had, so that was all great. And I was very lucky to have that in my back pocket for this project. But yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So is that what you had to show first, or you had to just show the sketch first?
I had to show the sketch first, and then they paid me. They actually paid me to make that maquette,
Mhm.
and another artist
Mhm.
to make his maquette too.
Yeah.
Is this what you call maquette?
Maquette is just a small version size of what the sculpture will look like
Okay.
when it's big.
Okay.
And so, the subject of this statue, can you say her? Can you speak to her background? Who
Sure.
she is?
That's Frances Willard Munns, and she was a suffragette leader in Arizona, and she was very sparky, I want to say, and she eventually became a senator for Arizona.
Nice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Wow.
yeah.
And what
she-
period did she live in?
That was 1912 that she was out there campaigning for the right for women to vote, and which the next vote cycle that happened, but she was instrumental in it,
Mhm.
and good for her, you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, where would we be, you know? Except we're all just behind her, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
like,
She's democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you able to capture her likeness with this statue?
I feel I was. I didn't think I submitted any of my pictures of her, which she actually looks like, but I think I did, as well as I could from historical photos.
Right. Right.
So you go from sketch to kind of sculpture.
Well, first I actually take pictures. Like I took pictures of myself in that position.
Mhm.
You know, holding the flag,
I
holding a piece
see.
of paper. You know, that's me. And then I had like a really nice looking, like tall, thin model do it for me, right? And like in that outfit, with a hat, with the flag, with everything. And that's what after that, I had like 4 nice pictures done of that model and that whole setup, like done really big for me. So I could use those 4 things then.
Did you
to
consider her height and
go off of.
her height and or other features?
Yeah, she said she used a really
Yes.
tall model. Yeah.
Was she that tall?
I mean, the model must have been like 6'1", or 6 foot. I
I'm
think.
talking about this lady. This
This lady here, this particular lady probably wasn't that tall.
Okay, because I mean, if she was tall, you know, the voting box may be different size. I don't know.
It right there it's a little like touch and go. Like I can maneuver things as it gets bigger. That was just the maquette. So once I got everything like in life size and made everything like as big as it was supposed to be, then it mattered more as to the maquette, you know. Like the maquette, the pamphlet she has is too small.
Yeah. But it was based off a photo or what was your reference?
My reference was this. It was that she was coming forth and she was going to be championing carrying a flag, symbolizing like all women, the women behind her who want to get the right to vote or whatever the rights are. And as she's moving forward, she's also casting her pamphlet out. It has the date on the ballot box. And it's kind of a symbolic like movement forward, you know, as if she's eternally moving forward as all the women are moving forward, you know, eternally behind each other, helping each other up.
Yeah.
So that was the concept.
Yeah, like cast your vote, do your part.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So tell us about this big hat.
The big hat, yes. Well, she was always shown like portrayed having like a giant hat. And because, you know, it's sunny here in Arizona. And but the committee, the statue committee was worried after I had made the hat that it might be too big because like there's nearby trees that are on the site that could fall on the hat and damage the rim of it.
I see.
And so they're worried about this. So I'm like, all right, okay. So I made the brim a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But I still have these photos of her with a beautiful large hat. With like cinnamon buns, you know, cinnamon sticks in her hair and her hat there.
So I guess where I'm curious about this entire process is you are essentially casting molten bronze to create a statue. And so for that there's a foundry process involved. Can you speak to how this design
Hey,
that
coming
you
through.
create is then molded and essentially cast for molten metal?
I can, but it would be easier to do that with the other photos, I believe, of
Okay.
Ellen Axon Wilson.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Other set, you mean? Other set?
Yeah, the other side. Yeah.
Okay. So you may go to other set now?
There's
Anyway,
the
this is
statue,
the
by the way.
final
Yep.
look at the.
That's the final statue.
That's
Beautiful.
the final statue. Thank you so much.
Beautiful detail.
You look at that, all that detail.
Yeah. Incredible. And it absolutely captures that message, that she paved the way, right? So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome.
it's awesome. Yeah, we love it.
Okay, this is it.
That's like the beginning steps of how I make the sculpture. So that's the
Right.
beginning steps of making the Ellen Axon Wilson sculpture. And that's basically what was inside Frances Wood Munns, the first lady you just saw there. So inside her is foam.
Oh,
So that's all foam, and that's foam that glued on top of each other. And then
Mhm.
I've carved down on top of an armature, a metal armature that's already out there. So that's going to hold up the statue for me.
So these
that-
forms are glued up. First, it looks a little rectangular or square.
It looks a little bit like, outer space, Robinson. I don't know. Yeah. Looks a little weird at first. So that's it now I have wax on top of the foam, and then I've started to apply clay on top of the wax
Mm.
to adhere to it. That's it, just with wax on top of it.
Mhm.
Because if I were to make the whole thing just solid oil-based clay, and I didn't hollow it out, it would be very heavy for everyone to mold at the foundry, and they don't want you to do that. So that's why I have to use this foam for the
Yeah.
insides, so
Yeah.
it's not so heavy.
Yeah, and you're just sculpting the exterior essentially. Anyway,
Yes.
so yeah.
Yeah.
This is you're doing the hands and arms separate. The easel.
Yes.
All
Yes,
that
and that's
separate.
her painting, and I copied her painting exactly as I could, but I did it
Oh, you kidding me?
topography. I had to do it with like Van Gogh style, because
Uh-huh.
you couldn't read it through the painting. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But she was an impressionist landscape artist, and so I
wow.
copied one of her pictures
Wow.
as best
Oh.
I could there. I think you can kind of make it out, the tree and the
Yeah, I
the
could make out
water.
Tree right
Yeah.
here and water, maybe some forest and
Yeah.
mountains there.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Wow, what
Wow.
an
All that
incredible-
detail.
What an incredible story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I that's her original palette that she used. That's the exact size and the exact shape it was.
Oh wow.
I got that from the Woodrow Wilson Library.
Wow. They had actual shape and the size.
They had the original palette there, and I asked them to trace it for me, so I could
Wow.
have the exact thing. So I could, yeah. So I'm really into getting the exact details.
I mean, there's
Details are very important.
You're recording history. You're recording history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there she is now. That's my sculpture, but now she's covered in a rubber mold.
Mm.
A rubber mold, kind of like you would use to like alginate, almost like you'd use in your teeth if you're making like a denture thing or something, or if you want to make a mold of your hand or something, you would use alginate. And that's like a rubber mold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it looks like this is out of step here, but
This is this is before that, and this is
Yeah.
when they come to my house and they break my heart, and they come with saws and they saw up my sculpture that I just worked so hard on making perfect, and then they saw her up, and they take my Campbell soup cans.
made of
And
color.
just like yeah, just like Andy Warhol, right? and they hoisted her up and they just started putting her into pieces and taking her away.
Okay. Oh, so they were pulling her up out of this
Yes.
little pole.
Yes.
Ah,
You
I
can
see.
see the foam in between her there.
Okay. To make a mold.
Yes, because they have to take her in pieces because you can't do it that large. Yeah.
I see. That must really hurt. That must really hurt.
It does hurt. They even asked me, they're like, do you want to go into the room while we do this? And I was like, no, forget it. I'm right here. I'm watching you.
Oh, that hurts. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's take a pause right here in this process. So you've essentially, kind of designed her what the image or the message you're trying to convey would look like, and then you physically construct what it will look like in clay, and then we kind of create a mold. And now we're kind of ready to move forward, but up to now, what's the most, I guess, time exhausting process up to this phase?
Up to this phase, the most time exhausting process would probably be me gluing foam on top of foam and then sawing it, like having to manually saw it down to the shape I need it to be out of a rectangle, basically.
Mm-hmm. So early on, essentially,
it's a lot of hard labor.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Thank you. Thanks.
What a great job, real talent, Joe says. I think Matt Wood wants to see the model. I don't know if he mentioned that before. The 621 model.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I have permission to show her or not. But she was gorgeous. Thank you.
Oh, somebody mentioned something about what museum was that? Somebody mentioned here. What museum was that?
Well, yeah, let's speak to the first ladies while you're looking, Young.
So Andy Warhol Museum is in Pittsburgh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can you speak to the first lady's history? What was she like? Do you know much about her life as a youth? I mean, where can you start?
She started in Rome, Georgia, and she was an artist. I think she was a school teacher for a while, and just brought up in religion and just became an impressionist, pretty much artist. She met Woodrow Wilson, and they courted and fell in love and hung out in Rome, Georgia a lot, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where she's buried, in Rome, Georgia, in Myrtle Hill. And she died of Bright's disease in the White House, which is like a kidney disease, I believe, or something. And it was very sad. But then Woodrow recovered. There's a book called Edith and Ellen and Edith, and it's about Woodrow Wilson's two wives, and this is her first one.
Mm-hmm.
And his second one is named Edith.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
So here's the finished statue.
Where's this at? Where's this at?
This is in Rome, Georgia.
Yeah.
Rome, Georgia. Okay.
And we have, go ahead.
It's like an hour and 15 minutes out of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. So talk to what we have here in terms of the message you're trying to convey about the former First Lady.
Well, I was trying to convey that she was a a dedicated artist, which is what she really liked to do in the White House. She created the Rose Garden in the White House. She was a
Wow.
creative, she used the upstairs of the White House as her, painting studio.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
That is
And
cool.
yeah. And so I think the city and the arts group who commissioned me to do that wanted to display her as an artist, doing her passion.
Mhm.
And so she's actually staring across at a river there,
Mhm.
that everyone can walk by, and there's a beautiful bridge going across it. And it's a really great like town square where there's a fountain and everything. So it's just a great bonus to there,
Yeah.
and everyone to walk by and learn about her a little bit in that
Yeah.
community that she was there. So.
Yeah. Do you think people are still proud of her legacy on the national national history?
I don't know about that. I can't say that everyone's been perfect, throughout all of history. I don't think she was either.
Yeah.
But she's still there so far. So
Mhm.
Is she her statue? Is that attached to her base?
yes, it's a bronze base she's attached
Okay.
to. The whole thing's attached to a circular bronze base, which drove my foundry crazy
Yeah.
because they had to make it straight and perfect,
Mm.
and it was in pieces, and they had the hardest time making it just perfect. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we kind of skipped the casting, so the building of the casts, and then the foundry process where we're pouring molten metal into the casts. We kind of skipped over that. Let's focus on how that process works now.
Okay. If you go back to where we start to see her in bronze, because I don't think I have any of her in shell after the rubber mold is made, then a plaster mold will be made on top of
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
And then she'd be broken open, the clay would be taken out, and then wax would be poured in. And now she'd be like a completely whole new statue, but just made of wax now.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. The perfect
Wow.
statue, just like I made, but now all in wax.
Wow.
So if you want to put a wick in her and burn her down, you could.
Oh, okay.
Or you can make her in bronze.
Yeah.
So then you have to make a like a glass, like silica shell, and you slurry that kind of over the wax, and then you let that dry, and then you melt out the wax,
Mm-hmm.
and from that you have a really hard vessel
Mm-hmm.
to receive the bronze, the molten bronze. And it's going
Wow.
to pour in that negative space and produce your statue after you chip away that silica. Then you
Mhm.
chip that away, and then you're going to have your bronze there.
Wow. And that's what we have here, right? That underneath this sort of
Yeah,
layer of dust, it looks like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's raw bronze.
Wow. So it comes out very bright, and then it looks completely like like a mahogany bronze in this photo. What's the process to create the darker effect?
The darker effect is called making a patina on the bronze, which is basically like painting it, making it what color you want.
Mm-hmm.
And they preferred a traditional bronze patina on her, as I suggested, because she's she was from that time period. It would make sense that she'd be this traditional, kind of dark brown patina. And after that's done, you can brush out the highlights, and the lowlights come out, the highlights come out. It really makes it a little more dramatic. It adds a whole other dimension to the piece.
Mm-hmm. All right. Chad, I'm not forgetting you. We are going to come to you. So we're going to have a Q&A after our discussion. We're going to open it up for questions. So have your questions ready to go, so Stephanie can answer them. So let's talk about we don't have to get into compensation, like what these projects cost or what they're commissioning you for the work. But I do want to talk to that that negotiation, that process, that conversation, like early on, and then throughout the project. Um, you know, clients all differ, but kind of give us some good backstories on projects you've done where you've worked with either terrific or terrible management.
Hold on, before you go, I just want to tell the chat room that Stephanie, Madam Blaster has prepared us some giveaway.
Yes.
So that will be at the near the end. We'll squeeze that in. So this is, she called it doodle, but I mean, I don't think it's a doodle.
I
I
want that.
Yeah, so
I so want it.
yeah, it's
Aw,
anyways,
thank you.
Beautiful.
it looks like a huge piece. What size is this?
I can go grab one. It's just like probably 11, not 11, like 17, maybe by 10.
Let's
11 by
talk about
17.
this.
11
Let's
by
talk about
17.
this when you
That's a normal size.
when you get
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Anyway,
about this.
just letting you guys know that
Mhm.
that will be available at the near the end. All right, go.
What did you want me to speak to again? I'm sorry.
Let's speak to the sketch, Hyung, those sketches.
I thought you said you want to talk about compensation thing.
Oh yeah, we can. Yeah, let's go back to that. Yeah, give us something you worked on, and you don't have to name specific names, but just kind of talk to a process that was more challenging, or a process that was more, I guess, what your view of how the project should go.
All right. I've had great clients and I've had not so great clients. I'll tell you.
Mhm.
So if it's a really big project, I'll probably get a contract and I'll have them sign a contract and have something like that made up. If it's a big project, like, say she's a big project. If it's just a bust, then mostly not.
Yeah.
And I redid one guy's bust, I want to say, like, gosh, 10 times. Until he was happy, because he wanted to be sculpted 20 years younger than he was, which was difficult to nail.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have done that, but this guy was so nice and he really put in the time, the effort, and the money. And so I felt obliged to keep sculpting him. So I did.
Oh
and,
yeah.
And finally he was happy. So
Yeah.
Thank God for that. And I got to move on with my life.
You didn't remind him of the timelines. Come on, we gotta get this in by Thursday.
Timelines are hard for artists, Timelines are hard. Nothing's ever done until it's like the deadline's there, and then it's like the night before, and then you're like, okay, it's done, I guess. Then you're like, I guess it's done.
Yeah, I mean, the timeline and how to price your art is probably one of the most difficult things for artists, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that too. Well, I'll tell you, when I started, I priced myself very, very low. I started with a bust of a gentleman, and I remember only charging, my profit was only going to be like $500 for sculpting like a 30-inch bust of a gentleman. And I remember that was my cousin's advice to me, to like start real low, because you're just starting out. And good advice, because not only did he pay me $500, he also paid me an extra $250 on top of it because he was so happy with my work. So there's that. That was nice. And then from there, it just kind of kept going. And
Yeah.
thank God. I just kept posting pictures of what I had done. And so this is my work currently. And so I think that helped. Yeah. But my prices were always low. I always wanted them to be lower than everyone else's, so I could undercut and try to get the work, because I really wanted the work.
So is there sort of an association of people? I guess you need like a license to do this. What's the criteria for getting into statue work? Is there some kind of, like, I guess, requirement academically, or?
Let me grab it. Hold on. No.
No.
Okay, me too.
So how competitive of an environment is, like, when a project like something like this comes out, everybody's bidding.
Yes. In fact,
Um,
I know for this project, I know I was up against the other guy who was doing the maquette against me. I know that they were telling me like he has statues in like the Capitol, right?
mhm.
And I was like, oh my god, like, oh no, I just kill me now. Like I'm not gonna beat him, but whatever. So it was nice. It's nice that they give somebody else a chance.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and I gotta say, my sketches, I'm not as good at sketching as I am as sculpting. They're really a rough, gesture of what I'm gonna do. But when I really get into sculpting, I really feel much more comfortable.
No,
In the
You
that's a
think in
details.
beautiful,
3D, huh?
that is a beautiful
Yeah.
sketch. That is a beautiful sketch.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're a great artist.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, I guess we're gonna open it up to Q&A now.
Oh
So
no.
you see the chat just like we do, right?
I don't, but maybe I
Hold on,
can.
hold on. I'll go back to Gary's question here. If you're opening it up to Q&A.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the
There's-
comments. I see them. Okay.
Oh gosh, it went way back.
We got to go way back to get Gary's question.
Gary, what was your question about?
Yeah, Gary, type your question in.
Resend. I can tell Comic Journey the answer to his question. What's my favorite medium to work with?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Comic Journey. Don't get mad at my worm. Don't you say that. That's mean.
Well, you know what? Let's not answer his question. Let's not.
Forget it. Now you'll never know.
We usually ignore him on our channels. He's just background noise.
I'll tell you, it's oil-based clay. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a different kind of clay that I was never exposed to until I went to college. I took one class, and they were like, I was doing like a figure modeling class, and they had this different clay that it never dries out, and it never dries out, so it's not temperamental. It doesn't crack. It doesn't shrink. It doesn't do all these things that you don't want it to do. It just stays exactly as you make it forever.
Whoa.
Until you mold it.
Wow.
So, and then you can reuse it and make it something else again. It's really, I love it. It's my favorite medium by far.
So it's a synthetic clay?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called JMac Classic Clay by Paramount Art Bronze Products.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Gary asked the question again. So Stephanie, after spending so much time with the project, is it hard to leave it behind, or is it freeing? Is it freeing?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah. That's a great question, Gary.
I think I don't.
I gotta say, I get a little depressed after I'm finished a project. I get a little sad because it's over, and I don't have the passion to work on anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I need something to focus my passion on. So it's always like the sad death of that is done.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know.
That's a real morbid way of looking at it, but yeah, that's the way
Well,
I look at it.
I mean, so your average project is going to take you how many months?
It can take me months and months. It depends. Like if I'm just doing a bust, I give myself about 2 months for a bust for me to sculpt it, and that's giving me a lot of extra time, so I don't have the stress.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gotta say, it takes about 3 to 4 months at the foundry. 2, 3, 4 months at the foundry, depending on how backed up they are, to make it into bronze.
Okay.
So it's not a real quick, like, hey, I want a statue. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a painting. It's different.
Yeah. And this is pretty much like, I mean, we have modern advancements, obviously, but, they use a similar process, back during the Greeks,
Yeah.
the Romans, right? This is sort of
Yeah.
the same process
Yeah.
they use.
It's called the lost wax method.
Mhm.
The lost wax method, and it's been used since forever, for like thousands and thousands of years. They've been doing the same thing
Yeah,
of doing these molds this way.
yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have that same clay. They just had oil-based clay, but they still can make a mold off of it.
Mhm.
So
So Johnny asks, has Madam ever considered creating time-lapse videos of her creation from beginning to end?
That is a great idea.
I did for my first one. I don't know where it is though, actually, right now.
Mm.
Cool.
Not exactly from very beginning to end, but almost like towards the end.
Yeah.
One of the things that's really difficult for me to do is when, for instance, when I try to build a shelf, for instance, it was really hard to put where the camera is before you build it, right? So I'm imagine it's same thing with these things. Where you going to put your camera? What area you're going to focus on? All that has to be done after you build it. Then you think about, oh, that
Yeah.
would be a cool shot at the. So
I have a
beginning. It's really hard to do.
I have sort of a selfish question that I'm just going to ask, because since I'm the host of this, half the host of this program. We just had John Romita Sr. pass away. Absolute legend in the comic book industry. A lot of what we celebrate in pop culture came from the pages of a Stan Lee Romita Sr. comic book. If you were commissioned to do a John Romita Sr. statue, what would that image, or what would he be doing? Like, present what you would, I guess, propose for his statue.
Okay, I have to really be honest and be like, I don't know exactly. Like, if you showed me exactly a picture of John Romita Sr.'s artwork, I can't say right now off the top of my head. I could say like that's his work. I can say that I started a Poison Ivy statue for fun. That was that she's holding Batman's skull,
Oh,
and
nice.
triumph, and she's doing a selfie with a mirror, like an old time selfie with it, and she has her rover, her Venus flytrap pet with her, and a whole bunch of organic stuff with her.
Yeah.
And that's been real fun to do because I'm not limited and I'm not beholden to anatomy then, because I'm making a comic book character, right?
Yeah.
And they're not beholden to anatomy. Laura knows, right?
Oh.
You mean all that muscle is not real?
Yeah, they
yeah.
it is an interesting. You got more to do because it doesn't limit you to rules, right? You can pretty much create anything you want.
Anything I want. So I had so much fun making Poison Ivy with her tiny little waist, with her tight little abs, her very voluptuous body, just like they do in the comic books, except I made it in 3D.
Yeah. Wow. That must have gotten a lot of positive feedback from the comic book community.
Well, I claimed it, but she busted it, I think.
She's laying down right now, but I can prop her up again, I'm sure. I fixed her many times. It's my own fault.
Is this a new avenue for you to, open your work up to commissions from the comic book community? Because I could see a lot of people wanting a piece like that in their collection.
That is a very interesting question. And I will say this. That Poison Ivy I was working on, if you happen to see her on my Instagram, or you happen to see her, when I was doing the Izzyverse sketch show, she's very intricate. And something to know about the Foundry is that the more intricate thing, the more things that are sticking out that you have to make multiple molds of, the more pricey it is.
Ooh.
Yeah. Even if it's small, you still got to make those little molds. So she has a lot of stuff sticking out now. I have like her pet, you know, and I have like mushrooms coming out. I have like flour coming out. I have all this stuff, you know, and I'm like, man, this would like cost like a fortune to actually cast. But I don't know. I'm just having so much fun making it right now that I don't
Yeah.
care.
Wow. So this is
What?
something
was
you're
that
gonna
thing?
have as like part of your like portfolio.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's give the question back to the chat.
Oh yeah. Sorry guys. We have a lot of questions. You want to take one, Hyun? Do you want to take one?
What school did you go to, Joe asked? If you've been to one?
Oh, I went to University of Wisconsin-Madison.
All right.
Madison, Wisconsin.
I think here's the one question from Joe.
Big party school.
Is there a person live or deceased that you would like to sculpt if opportunity arises?
A person alive. This was one of my goals in life. You know, you got to dream big, right? So I always thought to myself, like, if I could sculpt like a president's bust, you know, like that would be like, like I could really hang my hat on that, you know.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I really love to do that. To do it like
Yeah.
sculpt a living president and get to like model him as he is, you know, and living from living life, because you sculpt much better from life as some photos.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. And to be able to
If
put
you-
my
if
own
you-
spin on it,
Yeah.
you know?
Let's say you could. Let's say you were to select a president for a new wing of the White House, and you had to pick the president. Which president would you choose to do the bust of?
I don't get into political stuff, so I would never say.
Oh, such a apolitical answer.
Sucky!
Okay.
That's actually.
Well, I was really intrigued, but y'all gonna. I'll ask you after the.
Okay, after show.
Off the
After
record,
show.
we'll ask you, All right. Any more questions?
Let me see.
Single sister, no. Sorry.
Does Madam have a hot single? Hold on.
Come on, CJ.
It was my fault. I didn't feel to that. Sorry about that.
Come on.
That's not that bad. Come on. That's okay. It's called Nixon. Everyone loved Nixon. That's hilarious, Jackie. I love it. Everyone, hey, I could do Nixon, but I can do it in a candle, you know, and wax, and just leave him wax and do the wick, and then everyone can burn him down.
Here's a Jackson Roy card. Come on, Joe. We all know you want Madam to make a picture of you.
I already got something in mind for Joe. Joe has no idea. Joe, I've already envisioned it in my mind. I have a sketch of you already done in my mind, and I got to put it on paper. But when you get it, I can't wait, because I think you'll be really tickled pink.
No.
Are they still complaining about the works that you sent them?
I probably, yeah. Yeah.
Those guys, come on, get a life.
What are
All right.
politics? Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, that's done.
Any other questions for Stephanie? Are there any more questions, Xiao?
I'm looking. Sorry. When I'm pausing, you could ask her a question while I'm doing it.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about the community now. This is sort of like we're transitioning now into our YouTube community.
Okay.
And I just wanted you to talk about, how that evolved, just talk about, your transition into this comic book community that again, it's just a lot of people sharing one common bond, or two or three common bonds, I guess. But it's a really, I find it's a such a positive, and you know,
Yeah.
it's just a quiet space for us all. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I think that the comic book community is really a has really a warm welcoming, and a hug, really, of people who just want to be there for you and help you, and say, hey, it's all okay, we like comics, we got your back, like we're here for you. It's a lot of love, really, within the comic book community, and it's a lot of acceptance, and it's a lot of uh, you know, hard times, but people are there for each other during these hard times in the community, and it's really nice to see. It's really heartwarming to see. It's enlightening to see, and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's that sums it up really well. I think a lot of guys here, we've never physically met, but you just get this sense like you know them and what they're all about. And it's not, again, you're not having these long conversations. You just through this interaction, which is as good as any form of human communication, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could all be sitting here playing World of Warcraft, but we're not. Thank God.
So, what do you think of going live last weekend? Jackson Roy Kirk asked.
All right. Now, I went impromptu live. I'm a very impulsive person, so I went impromptu live
Is it the Wonder Woman?
as Wonder Woman. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Wonder
Oh
Woman.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
And that was super well received.
I guess. It
Yes.
looks like it's well received so far.
Yeah.
No complaints yet.
Then
So.
I said, Wonder Woman is real. So.
What prompted you to go with Wonder Woman?
I was really working on it. I just got her special lasso. I had a light up lasso for her, and I was just completing her outfit, her cosplay. And I was just like, hey, I'm feeling Wonder Woman today. So
Nice.
I'm actually thinking about doing something
Oh yeah.
with that.
Oh.
I'm going to do, I was talking about this with a couple people, and I was thinking about it. And I really want to do a coffee and cosplay in the morning on Saturday mornings.
Mm.
Coffee and
You're gonna steal Brian LCS.
No, I would never do that because I love him. I love Brian Elsis. I would go before him because I'm a really early bird and I'm a really early waker. So I would go before him, as close as I could. But yeah, I would coffee and cosplay in the morning. Let's talk about whatever cosplay I'm in and the origin and all kinds of stuff. And I would love that. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be doing that soon.
So, what is the largest statue of modern sculpture?
What is 7 foot tall?
7 foot. Wow. What was that?
It was the bomb suit statue.
Oh, is that in here? You gave us a photo of that?
Like the Hurt Locker, the bomb suit statue. Yeah, it's down there. Go one down, one more.
This one?
Yeah, that's it in foam. Go down one more and you'll see the bronze.
That one?
Yeah. That's 7 foot.
Wow. That's big.
Yeah. This is a bomb unit.
Don't mess with my breakfast, Brian.
What is this? Is Brian in here?
Brian says don't mess with my breakfast. Brian!
Well, that would be a substantial improvement to Breakfast with Brian.
Oh no!
What are you going to start a worm?
You're hurting me now. I love breakfast with Brian. That's my go-to hangout spot.
Those are, Yeah.
Yeah.
New Matt videos or Stephanie's in cosplay. I don't know.
No contest, right?
I'm not messing with your breakfast, I promise. I would never. Brian's the godfather of the comic book community right now.
Jackson like a coffee and cosplay with the madam. Sign me up.
Yeah, that's right. I want to know, like, it's going to be well received. I think.
Yeah.
You know, I have costumes, so.
What's the next costume? Assuming no one gives you feedback or input on what they want to see. Assuming that.
I've got lots though.
What's a character that you'd like to cosplay next?
Ooh, you know who I was thinking? That's a good question. Who's that girl, Magic? Or what? She got the black things come out of her head.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
Do you know what I'm talking about? She's
Magic.
blonde, I think, and she's got black things.
Magic.
Yeah.
She's got a sword too.
All right. I think she's cool.
Yeah.
Matt asked, "Have you considered sculpting crispy bacon?"
You know, I'll be honest with you, Matt. I haven't. But I probably wouldn't, even if you paid me money.
What is yours, Trav? Let me see. Which one you want me to read, Trav?
Yeah.
You sleeping with the pancakes?
You'll be sleeping with the pancakes.
I'm so sorry, the Godfather.
I don't know. K-pop. If we stay with the, what do you call it?
K-pop, you can do
Insomniac.
it. Coffee.
I mean,
coffee.
I think Insomniac go like till 8 o'clock, so you don't have to wake up. You just go from one show to the next.
All you gotta do is press the on button on the remote, right?
Hmm?
All you have to do is press the on button on the remote, right? For just to get
That's
on.
right.
So come on. No excuses.
Brian,
I don't know which one you want me to show.
So
Trav.
Cole, I heard your question when you entered. Cole asked, what everybody's first Wordle word is. I like to use adieu, ADIEU. Everybody have a first? Do you have a first word that you use in Wordle, Stephanie?
Excuse me? No. I don't. First of all, I don't play Wordle,
Okay.
and I don't really like music. So
Crispy or floppy bacon with the coffee and cosplay.
it's got to be crispy. Cole, come on.
Yeah.
You know better. Team crispy.
Do
Everybody's
you
crispy.
only do live sculpture or do you go abstract as well? Johnny asked.
Comic journey. I love that question, and I'll tell you something. I don't like abstract. I don't think it's necessary. I think it's redundant, and I really like figurative stuff. I think we relate to it, and we emote to it better. We can, feel it better.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
extension of us.
Yeah, most likely, commiserate with it. You know what I mean? Than a rectangle.
Brian's gonna make you an offer that you can't refuse.
Listen, I'm gonna find this cat's head in my bed tonight, and it's gonna be a sad, sad night. Okay.
Not
Brian,
the cat. Brian,
You need
please.
one
For the
ticket that
cat,
just
please.
rent out your breakfast show.
We're having breaking news, breaking comic book community news on this channel.
Can I buy a commission sculpture for Cole of a Winnie? I don't know what that means.
What is that?
I don't. That
Don't
sounds
put
like
Matt's
that's
questions up. We don't. I think he's drunk. Don't get on YouTube drunk, Matt.
No, I don't have a sister comic journey. Okay. Thanks, though.
What's
You
Brian doing?
You
Rob
can
Baker
stay,
on the
stay at my offspring too, okay?
Is it Brian still angry?
Rob Bacon here.
I think Brian's still angry.
Okay.
We need to make it up to Brian somehow. I don't know.
He just said he took our nominations out.
Oh well.
That's funny.
What was the award going to be this year anyway? What do we have the little Is there an upgrade to last year's trophies? Are we having Stephanie sculpt the?
Oh, that'd be
trophies this year?
good. Stephanie's sculpting all
Brian
our
doesn't
awards.
have the budget. So Brian doesn't have the budget, but that would be an upgrade.
Brian is awesome. He's doing a great job with the Comic Book Community Awards, and I mean,
Yes.
what a great fun thing to have going on in the background of our lives. You know what I mean? Like I think
Yeah.
it's awesome.
He's doing the community work essentially. So we thank him. He's
Yeah, we need to keep the CBC award alive.
Yeah.
And
I have
Brian has
yet
kept it alive.
to win one of his giveaways. I've yet to win one of his giveaways, but
Wow.
we
Even I've won one of his giveaways. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you want me to sculpt? Louis?
Have you met him?
Freaky Louis?
Louis for the trophy. You know,
Yes. Is there any challenge in sculpting I avoid? There is.
Oh, okay.
Nobody wants to see brown teeth.
Oh,
Oh,
So I try to avoid sculpting the smile.
oh, I see.
Yeah, I have one I've sculpted, but I mean it's not as successful I feel as the other ones.
Yeah,
And like I've been told from other bronze artists and stuff, like you really don't want to have, if you can avoid doing the teeth, like. And when I did do the teeth, never before in my life have I felt like an orthodontist or a dentist or like a whatever they call the people who create new teeth for people. But that's what I felt like. I felt like I'm like actually carving this exact tooth of this exact person in this exact way. It was crazy. So.
like
hmm.
you're doing denturous work.
Yes, essentially,
Yeah.
yes.
Did you take an impression of your own teeth?
No.
Oh no, nothing like that. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephanie, did I say thank you or not?
I think you did.
Hmm?
I think you did.
I did. You think I did?
I think you did. Sure.
I did say thank you multiple times. You don't encourage a comic journey. Yeah, she's right. Bronze teeth.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
I
They
never
do
thought of
look
that. I
creepy.
never thought of that. But if you're doing some kind of a stone sculpture, it'd be okay, right?
If it was marble,
Yeah,
I'd be all for it.
Yeah,
White marble, sure.
yeah.
yeah.
You can do that teeth, no problem. It'll be
You
that great.
get a discount, Matt. You get a discount because I don't have to do so many teeth.
Minus $10 per tooth. Missing tooth. Oh, drawing giveaway. You guys ready for drawing giveaway?
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
god! I think I gotta find one to give away, don't I?
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
find
that
one.
was it.
Hold on.
Yeah, she's gonna get it. This has been a great conversation, and it's obvious in the chat that they're having fun, and Stephanie's
Stephanie,
been so
I don't
gracious
want to
with it.
encourage comic journey. So I'm not going to say thank you online. I will say thank you offline. So
Oh,
yeah, just but let me know if I didn't say thank you.
I'll let him
But
know
I
personally.
cannot let this
I'll
man.
like personally message him and be like, he didn't say thank you.
All right, let's see what we're gonna do.
Hey, I'm gonna find one right here. Hold on.
Wait, can I enter this one as well?
Of course.
Okay.
I'll do this one here.
Hello, Miguel. Perez.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
And she calls this a doodle, by the way.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm entering this, so.
All right, let me see if I could. Hold on.
What hashtag are we using?
Hold on. Let me. Giveaway.
Can you talk to this piece? What are the what did the images convey? How what was the theme or driving force behind the work?
I was just starting with the eye. I always just start with the eye, and I was just, coming up from, being asleep, and I was just drawing. And I just start with the eye, and I just keep going from there. And I really like the windows inside the heart, inside the soul type thing. The windows within windows is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of went with that. It's kind of the general gist of where I went with all the drawings.
This is just one piece, or is this a part of one piece?
I have like 12 of these.
12 of these.
Uh-huh.
So it's like
Okay.
it's kind of like a motif that you use in your sketches.
Yes, I can show you another one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a period of my life, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like Picasso's Blue Period. Can I please compare myself to Picasso right now?
I know Picasso, madam.
Who?
Picasso is overrated. Come on.
But I feel like this was just like a time period in my life when I was making these. I don't think I would make them again. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Oh well,
So yeah.
the comic Johnny is complaining. What the hell? The kind of host into the giveaway on his own channel. I'm the host. If you want to think of it that way.
Wow. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, which one you giving away, Madam Blaster?
Oh, this one right here.
Okay.
This one right
Oh wait.
Yes.
Is that one of the tortoise available?
This one right here.
Yeah.
It can be. Do you love it?
I love it. Yeah.
Oh, that has
Oh,
an infinite
wow.
thingy going on.
Wow. Beautiful.
All right, this can be it.
All right, that's it. That's going to be
That's
giveaway.
it.
This is it.
All right.
With the fish bones on top.
And
What do
can
you
you
call
talk
it?
can you
And
talk
the
to the
big-
piece?
The baby turtle. This was just when I was inspired by turtles.
So we're gonna call it hashtag what?
Turtles.
Turtles. Yeah.
TURTLES. I hope I spelled that right.
Comic bookworm. If you haven't spelled that right, I would be.
I spelled it right.
Barry, look at Comic by the Bay. You're so funny.
Turdies. What did you say? Turdies?
Turtles. Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So yeah, like what led you to do that piece?
I really like the inside of stuff.
Mhm,
I like
mhm.
seeing
Wait,
the inside of the
who
inside.
to me?
Do you know what I really like? Is like the inside of like the human, when they have the human like skeleton and you could take apart it and you could take apart like the organs and stuff. And I just love that. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
If I win, I will reroll.
And so I just thought like it would be so cool to have like windows into the heart and into the heart and farther in, almost like a TV, like in and in. You know, I just thought it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Have you seen that infinite? I mean, it's a digital art, but you just go in and and there's detail in every as you progress in. Art,
Sounds like a
in art.
psychedelic trip, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool, really cool. That it kind of reminds me of that.
So, you know, the what you know, you saw the river going into an infinite image. What is that? What does that symbolize?
This right here.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the desert where I live, actually.
Ah,
Wow.
That's like my skyline out my window.
Okay.
By the
So
way, are you confirmed
that
that
is your
Rosanna
window.
will
That's
run out
outside
the
your
window?
window.
Yeah.
You have a nice view of the river.
I have a nice view. No rivers here. No rivers around me, unless there's a monsoon. So yeah, it's just desert, really. Just cactuses,
Wow.
desert, tumbleweeds, saguaros.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 15.
Turtles, turtles live to be they live to be 100, over 100 years old. They're slow, and I think that there's that great Aesop's fable where the race between the tortoise and the hare, and the tortoise wins because he's persistent, but I think it speaks to the larger, like the doing things slowly. The slow process is ultimately what wins out in the end. And so I just love turtles.
All right, so
Not who win it.
because of Tito Alien says I like turtle because it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, but we weren't trying to say that, dude.
Slow and steady wins the race. That Jackson.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. That's a great
Mhm.
message.
All right, there's 15 of us entered, so I'm gonna go ahead and let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everybody.
Please let me win it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm being
And no complaints. It's rigged or anything. If I do win, all right, I'm keeping it. No, don't guilt me into giving it to anybody.
John.
All right, John. There you go. Not rigged.
John, you won. Congrats, John.
Yeah, John. Enjoy. Enjoy. We would have never heard the end of it from him if he hadn't won.
What? No duck race? Sorry, guys.
Duck race.
No duck race.
I always like the duck races. Yeah, where's the duck race?
All right.
That is an incredible win, though. I gotta,
You have information for
congratulations,
John from
Thank you.
IG? Oh, give me your IG information so I could put it down. Let me see if I could find my IG information. Hold on. IG.
All right. Well, Young, can you make her big while you do that?
Sure.
So she can show off the piece that she's showing.
I'm just showing off this piece. Here's a vulture, which we see a lot driving out of my house because they're eating all the roadkill.
Ooh.
Hey, little rabbits, and every day, like I'm singing to my children, like the circle of life. Because I mean, it's it's sad, but hey, the vulture gets to eat.
The circle of our transportation system.
Here's a creepy one.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good one too. Wow.
That's octopus.
The octopus.
Octopi.
Love that eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Intense.
got a fly in there.
Wow.
Do you ever auction off your artwork?
Oh no, never.
My.
Because I don't think anyone want to buy it.
Are you kidding?
Wow. Here's our ID. Let's see.
I'm still astonished that people give me money to make sculptures.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, all that work you did. Wow.
What you create is true artwork.
I remember when I was a small child. I remember
Looks
driving
like
with my,
comic met into the $40 auction. He started the auction off.
$40, people. I remember I was driving with my mom in the car, and I saw this beautiful building, and someone had painted like a big mural on the side of the building, and I was like infatuated with it. I was like, "Mom, like look at that!" Right? I was like, "Do you have to pay people to do that, or do they pay you?"
Wow.
You know?
Yeah,
And
that's
she
a
was
big
like-
moment.
She
Yeah.
was like, "No, honey, they pay you to do that." And I was like, "Wow."
Yeah. So you knew early on that what you wanted to do. That's
did.
great. Yeah.
I did.
Jackson Roy that's the wrong direction of bidding, bud. Coming by the base bid 45. You were down. That's insult. How dare you?
All right, that's it.
All right, she's leaving us. Oh no.
I'm ripping it in half now, Jackson.
Madam already told you to make prints and sell them. You can make some cash. Joe says. I
Maybe
think
a calendar. Maybe a
Brad
calendar.
also say make prints and sell them. So, oh, yeah. So I think I think he had a typo.
Oh, I see. Oh no, we're at 45.50 now. Which one are we going for? We're going for this one here?
Yeah, so 50 cents more from Jackson Roy Kirk.
Okay.
So you mentioned about the periods. Are these all from the similar period then?
Yes, these are all from about the same time in my life
Okay.
when I was just making these, and then
You-
this was just what I was concentrating on at that time. You know,
I think
'Cause
you should
didn't
actually make some prints of these, honestly.
How many years ago was this?
2 or 3 years ago, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So pandemic era sketches.
Yes.
See, Matt already went up to $46. So.
Okay.
Here's by the way, John Stout. Here's our stream. Our IG address. There you go.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
There's a Wonder Woman cosplay.
There is.
There you go.
There is.
There you go.
Wonder Woman. Uh-oh. I don't do well. John.
I love Wonder Woman.
Do you?
Yeah.
I did a live with Wonder Woman, so you should check it out.
There's the Poison Ivy there.
Yeah.
That's the Poison Ivy where I was not beholden to anatomy. You see how skinny that waist is? Oh, if we all could give, our left pinky for a waist that skinny.
Oh, that looks Korean in there.
Yeah, that's great. I was 18 when I did that.
Wow.
So you were naming a god there?
Actually, I put this is actually, I'll tell you the story behind this. This is why I was 18. And this was my burial crypt, right? This is my burial. And I am burying myself. And if I had finished this piece, I would have put a paintbrush like slitting my throat, right? But I didn't because I never finished it, right? Because the painting is never finished. But I did use like 3 types of language in it. I think I use Korean across the headband.
Mm-hmm.
And I use like some sort of other Swahilian or something across the bottom.
Wait.
Um,
Let's go back to, because what you just said was very kind of dark in terms of the subject matter of this piece, and like, I mean, I don't want to get into it if you're not uncomfortable, but it's why did you put yourself in a box?
that's just my creative adaptation of how I
Okay.
was feeling. You know,
Hmm.
yeah, I was depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so this is my my expression of that.
Wow.
wow, it's really strange that you call on God using Korean.
Yeah.
And I have little fairies in there, little angels, little devils, little dogs.
Hmm.
I have the devil in there. I
Yeah.
have I have lots of stuff in there, little hidden things. I just kept working on it as much as I could. You know,
Yeah. Did
So
and did what was the feedback you got on this from, you never
it was
showed it people?
it was great. I never showed really. I showed my friends. You know, my friends would say like, "Oh, it's fantastic! My gosh!" You know, but I really never showed it to my people. And then I gave it to my mother for her birthday.
by the way, I want
Okay.
to read this because I mean the Jackson Roy Kirk is pretty good at commenting, but I thought this was pretty amazing here. That's amazing. Wait, 30 years of painting? You did you did this when you're two? Nice job,
Thank you,
Roy Kirk.
Jackson. Thank you. I'm out.
You're forgiven for just bidding $40.25 for that painting. You're forgiven, man.
Except Madam, right?
Uh, anyway, yeah, John, this is the Instagram ID is a Madam underscore Blaster. So give her your address and I guess
No, but
she'll send
it captures like suicidality so well. I mean,
Well,
it's
thank you.
yeah, it's
CJ paid
it's
$50 for that
it's
dog one with the
it's
weird one
depressing to
on
look
the
at.
bottom.
It's depressing to look at.
And Matt paid
It's hanging
$50.
in my house today, and you know why? Because I'm still proud of it, and I'm really not proud of a lot of my artwork because usually when I see my art, I always see what's wrong with it. You know, all the mistakes that I've done. But with this one, I forgive myself for the mistakes.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, I don't think it's. I mean, I don't know what he's saying. The Korean is. I'm thinking Korean is 하나님 께. Is that what you're trying to say? 하나님 미.
It's gonna be everything is John 3:16 because from that time I had the Bible and I had
Uh-huh.
John 3:16.
Mm.
It's John three
Oh,
sixteen in Korean.
Oh
okay.
wow,
Yeah.
Okay.
wow.
John 3:16.
Hmm.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. So isn't that the one pretty? Okay. Yeah.
It's for God so loved the earth that He gave His only Son. You know?
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Mm.
Pretty good. Pretty good. That's a pretty.
Powerful. Yeah.
Oh. Only I could. Only we could have found that. I mean. So, well. All right. All right. I want. Well, I guess I met one. I guess met one.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm gonna close this up, unless you guys have something more, or unless Chet has a more question to ask.
But before we jump off, we just want to take the time to thank Stephanie for sharing so much of herself on this channel. You know, to talk about her work, and just talk about her you know, her creative process. And so, yes, we did thank her, CJ. So, there you go. And
I didn't say thank you. I did thank you. You know that, right?
yeah.
Really
And
appreciate you coming by,
mhm. And we're
and
going
not
to
only
let,
you coming by, you were actually excited to come by, and I'm going, why are you excited to come on our channel? I'm going, "Wow." Like, oh, why?
yeah,
We're so honored.
we were
I'm
more
just so honored
excited.
that you're here. So,
But we're going to let Stephanie just have the last thought. So, just your last thoughts on, in terms of our Meet the Collector, your last thoughts on you as, sorry, Meet the Artist, your last thoughts on you as an artist.
As an artist, I'm so happy to have stumbled upon this community because I didn't think that the comic book community was very artistic, honestly. And once I got in here and I saw what was going on, I saw all the wonderful artwork, I saw the community members who also are artistic and also are talented. It's a really great place to be.
ditto.
All
I
right.
agree with you.
See you guys next time.
All right. Thanks, Chad, for coming by, guys. Congrats, John. And maybe congrats, Matt, too. I don't know. Thank you again, Stephanie, for coming by. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you
people.
so much.
Good night.